Hi there. You're watching Brain Shatter. That's juicy.
Hi there, real fast. So this video is going to contain Pimp My Ride episode clips from Pimp My Ride UK of the Ford Anglia. It is going to contain clips about Harry Potter, SCP, and a collaboration with director Arketer on YouTube. I'm going to have timestamps down below. I'm sorry for the audio quality. It is the best clip that I had. And I'm going to put in episodes that I am looking for. So if you can help out, let me know. Otherwise, please enjoy the episode. And links to the timestamps of the various parts will be in the description. Thank you.
Hi there. So today's car that we will be reviewing and doing a little bit of a follow-up on will be Lawrence's 1959 Ford Anglia 105E that was done on Season 2 of Pimp My Ride UK with Tim Westwood.
I'm about to pimp this ride UK style. Where's my theme music? I'm Lawrence and this is my ride. The car I drive is a 1959 Ford Anglia. It's really nice, really good looking car, so I thought I'd give it a good looking name. I named her Betty after 50s cartoon character Baby.
If you're in the US and you have no idea what an Anglia is, I'll fill you in. It was a model made in for Ford UK and applied to various models from 1939 to 1967. But in the US, we would know it right away as Ron Weasley's flying car in the Harry Potter movie. I want you to remember something. You're wizards, Weasleys. And with great power comes great parking responsibility.
Welcome home. It's not working!
That's some Ford quality right there. You can hear the gears grinding, but this one actually was able to get them home, which is something that Fords normally are unable to do. So that proves that Hollywood lies.
Find that tree!
Back in the day, the UK built some serious cars. Pay attention, everybody, I'm talking. But his rod isn't even lukewarm.
So when a name or a word ends in ULA, like Dracula, it can tend to invoke and inspire fear, kind of like my cat, Banicula. Now, Westwood may have been attempting to warn Lawrence of what could be in store with him by calling it an Angula. So, but I don't know if it was a fault of Westwood or the garage, or if it was already done to the car before it was pimped.
My man Lawrence is holding down a 1959 Ford Anglia.
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 1959 Ford Anglia is less what? Ford Anglia is driving into heartbreak. Ford Anglia is less 1959 Ford Anglia.
A 59 Ford Anglia.
1959 Ford Anglia. Ford Anglia. Ford Anglia. 1959 Ford Anglia. Ford Anglia. Anglia. Ford Anglia. This 1959 Ford Anglia is have I lost the game?
There's nothing classic about it. Oh, this is the oldest car ever.
This is the oldest car ever, says Tim, who was born in 1957, so he's older than the car.
And this is Pimp My Ride, not the Antiques Roadshow.
You even kiss her goodnight every night. I don't really understand it.
I'm in a serious relationship with my car.
Morning, baby. Handsome man.
You like to kiss Betty every night.
Sure.
Why wouldn't he? Personally, I find it a little strange. That's a straight banger, a British banger. The car completes me. Without her, I'd just be some guy dressed up in turn-up jeans and some crazy haircut.
You are crazy rimmed out. I mean, these cars, you are, you are crazy rimmed out. These
are classic British looks for a classic British car. I'll make this look easy.
You are so rimmed out. These give the car. You are so. Shut up.
I think you're rimmed out.
Now everybody's gonna have eyes for her. She looks incredible. Your rod is hot.
You know what the B stands for?
Big, because you are the car show king. You are the crown holder, and it is big.
Oh, it's big. Oh, it's real big.
Betty will kiss you back.
Big nice, sick.
Oh, see, look, she kissed at the same time.
It's true love, baby. Oh, I feel you. But one last thing, you've now been officially pimped.
I got a whole 50s package, and the package is fantastic.
Oh, it's big. Oh, it's real big.
Instead of people looking and sort of laughing, they're more like looking at me like, used to kiss her goodnight. Who knows what's going to happen next?
We have our times when we get sexual.
Does that feel good?
I am just a little offended here. How can you objectify a woman like that?
The best bit of the car for me is the boot.
How it works is you load 2 buns in, and then you take 2 wieners, and you slide them in the middle.
Nice.
Oh, they're big. They're bigger than big.
What?
They're big. They're large. They're colossal.
Really pimped his ride. Do people still say that? It's 1807. I'm ahead of the curve.
So before I jump right into the update, the more recent update on the Anglia, I wanted to point out that this purple-themed car, named Betty, was the first, but not the last, done on Pimp My Ride. Recently, eBay UK and MTV UK have teamed up to bring the show back to a modern audience. Jake and Emma are a lovely couple who got up their 1966 Beetle on the show, and they got it pimped. They had named their Beetle Betty as well, and it gets done up in a similar, very pretty purple. There's just no Betty Boop etching in the rear glass on their car. Their episode is up now on MTV UK's website that hopefully they will not geo-restrict like they have done with all the previous versions. I hope to have a follow-up with Jake and Emma soon, once I can figure out OBS and how to do a proper interview. I am in contact with them, and they love the Beetle, and they've had a great time with the show, and they do not plan to sell the car. I will have a link in the description.
As you can see, Bug needs a little bit of work inside, outside, and everywhere in between. Please, MTV, pimp our ride!
Obviously love this love bug.
Her name is Betty.
Oh, Betty!
Yeah.
All right. So normally I put some text and pictures, but I know a lot of you would rather be dictated to.
How am I dictate?
And read a story, so I guess I'll be the dictator for today. So with Lawrence's Ford Anglia, it popped up, and it was on. It had the American style diner installed in the boot, and it was advertised for sale in the March 2007 issue of Custom Car Magazine and the May 2007 issue of Retro Ford. I do not have those magazines, so I can't show you them. I'll see if I can find them online, but I don't have a physical copy of them, but I am on the lookout for them. It then showed up on eBay in the ebay.co.uk, which is the UK's eBay site. It popped up in January of 2020. I contacted the seller and suggested that maybe they should go ahead and add Pimp My Ride to the title. And the seller's username was 2005 Paddy. It's Paddi. And his response was, "Hi, sadly the term Pimp My Ride is not going to help sell it over here. Most of the cars were done for appearance only and were very poor build over here in the UK. Very few survived more than a couple of years. I spent $12,000 restoring this car to proper standard about 6 years ago, and despite several attempts to sell it at a decent price, I still have it. Hence, this time, the reserve is only £6,000. Lawrence sold the car about 4 years after the show, and I bought it from the guy that he sold it to. I used it for about 6 years before it was apparent that major work was needed, so it went through a complete bare metal restoration. I wish I hadn't bothered, to be honest, as there is very little interest. I just didn't want to be that person who scrapped or ruined a famous TV car. The TV show literally used expanding foam in some places that should have been welded. It was in a terrible state structurally. Regards, Patty." So, thank you, Patty, for reaching back to me, and I finally got to my video 2.5 years later. I've been compiling lots and lots of info. I do not know where the car is now. I know it did sell, or I believe it did sell. So if you have the car now and want to do a current update with me, please get in touch with me. If you know where any of the other Pimp My Ride UK cars are, I know I've seen photos of a few that are still out and about, and I found that one is still with the owner, and so if they will speak with me, then I will give an update on that one. So he said he did a complete bare metal restoration. I'm not sure if he took it down on the exterior or just the under, like took off all the panels and fixed it underneath. But the paint is bubbling a little bit in some areas, and the steering wheel is dirty. But overall, it looks pretty intact. He didn't show the Betty's Diner neon light in the trunk hood, or not in the trunk hood, in the trunk. So I'm not sure if it is still there, if it is still working, or anything else. I did ask him if he had any more pictures of it, because I noticed it wasn't there, and he didn't send anything else. So when it showed up, I was looking at the photos. The Anglia emblem on the back is broken, and that was pretty much, you know, the hood had a little bit of rust bubbling under the paint, but overall it was in pretty good shape.
We found Elvis! Woo!
Thanks, MTV, for pimping my ride.
And now for something completely different.
So some of you watching may have heard about a certain foundation, one that secures, contains, and protects us from all sorts of dangerous, otherworldly items and animals and creatures and people. The SCP Foundation files are a popular source of horror entertainment found online and couldn't possibly be real, right? Now, if you're a Potterhead, then you've definitely seen Chamber of Secrets, but for those who haven't, I don't know where you've been. I mean, I haven't seen Game of Thrones, but who hasn't seen the Harry Potter movies? They fly the car to Hogwarts because something gets messed up and they get stranded.
So they fly the car to Hogwarts and they crash into the tree, which you saw at the beginning of the video. And then the car spits them out and drives off on its own. Later in the movie, they come across it and it's turned feral and it kind of growls at them as it's sitting in the forest.
Harry, look, the forest has turned it wild.
And then a little bit later, it still shows that it's still got some compassion left in it as it comes to their aid and rescues them from the spiders. And as they're getting away from the spiders, they're able to finally shove the flying gear back into gear and take off. I think it's a possibility that Harry Potter's Anglia was able to get around the UK and continue to spread its awareness and consciousness to other Anglias in the UK. Now, I don't want to assume that the Pimp My Ride Anglia, Betty, is now a possessed carnivorous beast. But Lawrence no longer owns it, and it's been sold, but I don't know what happened to Lawrence. So it's a possibility he might still be a little bit in Betty, in more ways than one. And just in case you're wondering, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets was 2002. Pimp My Ride UK would have been around 2006, 2007 for season 2. So I can't blame Lawrence for the initial outbreak, as if he bred with Betty, but I don't know, maybe it's a whole different breed. And now I think that Harry Potter's Anglia, after Harry and Ron were able to shift and free the flying gear, and it allowed them to get away, I believe that the car used it on its own later on, maybe when the heat was getting too close on it, and I believe it traveled to the United States. New Mexico to be exact, by the Cibola National Forest, where it has been able to spawn offspring somehow, and now they drive around terrorizing unsuspecting motorists and disappear them. I've brought in someone to assist me as he has higher clearance to read the files than I myself do. Leave me alone, O5 Council. Director Arketer of Arketer Labs.
Why, thank you, Brain Shatter. Mr. Brain Shatter? Brain? Certainly it's not... Well, look, I know better than to suggest it be called BS. But in any case, I must stress I don't necessarily have the clearance per se, but I'm tolerated, mostly because I'm too much of a pain to nail down in the sort of realities. Also, on that note, I'm sad to report that a significant number of your alternate reality cells have been murdered by the O5 Council, with most of your neighbors anesthetized or likewise liquefied, just in case.
Well, you know, if the SCP feels the need to go ahead and eliminate some of my alternate universe doubles, that's okay, because it saves me the trouble of doing it. There can only be one.
Some of the Foundation iterations are really dumb. But that's neither here nor there, and I'm happy to help out with this one, as this could be a valuable PSA if you happen to live in a slightly more silly reality than the one we find ourselves in, as is. Item SCP-3470. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. The dissected SCP-3470 egg and 3 unhatched SCP-3470 eggs are in cold storage in Site 42. Mobile Task Force Lambda 12, Pest Control, is currently monitoring the area around Cibola National Park for signs of continued SCP-3470 habitation. Description: SCP-3470 is a predatory organism that relies on aggressive mimicry to hunt human beings. Specifically, SCP-3470 resembles a Ford Anglia 105E of unclear age with a single occupant in the driver's seat. SCP-3470's most notable trait is related to the driver. Although the windshield is perpetually fogged in such a way that the face of the driver is obscured, when hunting prey, SCP-3470 will extend the driver's left hand outside of the vehicle and make driving signals. When there are two human eyes embedded in the palm, and they appear to react and work in the same way as normal human eyes. SCP-3470 hunts only at night in a manner similar to ambush predators. It patrols roadways in its territory looking for solitary cars, When SCP-3470 identifies a potential prey, it will catch up to them, pass them, and then force them to slow down and stop with hand gestures. Just before attacking, SCP-3470 will rotate the hand so the human drivers can see its palm. However, SCP-3470's method of attack consumption is still unknown. SCP-3470's territory overlaps part of Cibolo National Forest in New Mexico. Numerous reports were compiled of automobiles found still running with their occupants having gone missing. All such reports mentioned the same tire tracks and blue paint specks on trees near the missing persons' cars. 2 police officers dispatched to investigate the area disappeared in a similar manner. However, they were in radio contact with other officers at the time of their disappearance, and their description of SCP-3470, particularly the hand of its driver, attracted the Foundation's attention. Addendum: Investigation and recovery logs. Note this took place using D-Class, who are known for colourful manner of speaking, so just as a courtesy I've decided to censor what they're saying just a bit. 2 D-Class personnel, D01828, henceforth D01, and D13372, henceforth D13, were dispatched at dusk in a standard-issue off-road vehicle to investigate SCP-3470 and, if found, prime it for tracking by Mobile Task Force personnel. The vehicle was equipped with a rear dash camera. D1 and D13 were both armed with piercing rounds modified to include GPS beacons to track SCP-3470. Beginning long. Command: status check. How are you guys doing? Over. I don't know. Hot bored. Over. Sweaty and thirsty as hell. Geez, it really gets dark out here, doesn't? Over. Yeah, but hey, check it out though. I've never seen that many stars before. Over. That's pretty cool. You know of any of those constellations? Over. Nah, space is never my thing. Over. You? You don't need to say over at the end of every sentence just when you're finished communicating. Like so. Over. Yeah, but it's fun. Makes me feel like a trucker. Over. Yeah. 10-4, good buddy. Over. 10-4, over. There's a light thumping sound. Most likely a fist bump. Okay, let's make some constellations then. Do you see that one over there? It looks a bit like a pig. Sort of, I guess, if I squint. Yeah. I call it police. Okay, look, over there, you see it? Which? No, I mean, on the ground over there. Headlights, over. In the distance, a car's lights can be seen. The car's moving west, perpendicularly to the D-Class vehicle. As the D-Class get closer, the car turns north, so it's driving along the same road as the D-Class. Follow that vehicle, get closer to it, over. D13, get ready to shoot the vehicle, to say. Okay, got it, over. The D-Class accelerates to catch up to the unidentified vehicle, which in turn appears to be slowing down. As it gets closer, the D-Class headlights illuminate the vehicle properly, a turquoise-coloured Ford Anglia without a license plate. The Ford's windows are transparent, and only one occupant, the driver, appears to be inside. Hey, this is the car from Harry Potter, right? Over. Oh, crap, you're right. Hey, Command, I don't know them guys, tight ass, but come on, Voldemort isn't going to feed himself, you know, over. D13 chuckles. At the same time, the Ford stops suddenly about 20 meters away from the D-Class, forcing D01 to brake sharply. Jesus! Learn to ride, you junkyard dog. Junkyard dog? A hand extends from the Ford's driver's side window and makes the stop hand signal. Bit late for that, isn't it? The hand rotates, showing a pair of human eyes embedded into the palm. The eyes blink once. Jesus Christo! That's the normally take it. SCP-3470 reverses. D01 puts the car into reverse and begins accelerating backwards. D13 leans out of the window and begins shooting at the anomaly, but his aim is hampered by the bumpiness of the road. SCP-3470's hand remains outside the car window, making a stop gesture. Slow down! D13 can't aim properly. Like hell, I'm slowing down. Do not slow down. Do not slow down! After 2 minutes of pursuit, D13 is able to hit SCP-3470 twice. The anomaly emits a loud screech similar to that of a car performing a power brake and slows down. D01 does not slow down, but after several minutes, SCP-3470 lights disappear from view. 2 minutes after that, D01 stops, turns the vehicle around, puts it into drive, and drives the vehicle normally back to base. Neither individual speaks for the entirety of the return trip. Following the successful tagging of SCP-3470, the beacons showed that it followed a pattern of movement consistent with that of a carnivore foraging within its territory. Additionally, 3470 was noted to consistently return to the same location and remain there while the sun was up. This location was presumed to be its nest. Mobile Task Force Lambda 12 was dispatched to investigate. Begin log. Lambda 12 arrives at SCP-3470's nest, a small cave in a forest near where D01 and D13 encountered the anomaly around dusk. The task force quickly establishes reconnaissance positions in the surrounding trees, and as the sun begins to set, SCP-3470 exits the cave. Lambda 12 confirms via the tracking beacons that it has begun foraging. While L5 and L6 remain on watch outside, members L1 through L4 proceed to the nest. L1 is equipped with a flamethrower, L2 with a net launcher, L3 with a tranquilizer rifle, L4 with a standard issue light machine gun. L1, steady boys, nobody knows what's hiding down there, finger on the safeties. L3, smells like shit and diesel. What the fuck is this thing been eating? L2, take a gander, I'm not worried about these walls, sure don't look natural. The cave walls are relatively smooth rock, however, there are noticeable imprints running along their length. L4. I didn't know any better. I'd say they look like a... Oh. L3. Oh? Oh what? Like tire tracks. Oh. Ain't that just peachy? Lambda 12 continues to advance. The passageway slopes gradually downwards and then opens up into a larger cavern. The walls bear the same imprints. L4. Boy, I'm sweating like a pig. Tell me about it. Damn, it's human down here. L1. Focus. See anything suspicious? Think so. Way in the back. Do you see it? That shiny thing. It's reflecting my flashlight. Lambda 12 approaches the object. However, as they do, L3 steps in a scat pile. I think I just stepped in shit. Shine a torch on it. Let's see what the thing's been eating. L3 shines flash on the pile, which is dark black in color. Several small white fragments are poking out of it. God almighty, are those? Human bones. Christ. That's not all. This is a cop's badge. Scoop it into a biohazard bag and let's keep going. L3 collects sample of the scat. Lambda 12 continues through a small cave until coming upon the object initially spotted by L2. The object is revealed to be a clutch of approximately 10 translucent eggs, inside which small quadrupedal organisms can be seen moving. Oh hell, it's breeding. Right, you know the drill. Grab half of them. Lambda 12 operatives proceed to store 5 eggs in their biohazard containment units, then L1 incinerates the rest of the clutch with his flamethrower. Then they turn to leave. SCP-3470 comes into view at the mouth of the cave. Oh, phoo! Command, 3470 has returned and is blocking the mouth of the cave. It's revving at us. I refuse to be killed by a goddamn Ford. Stay calm, boys. As God is my witness, all 4 of us are walking out of here with a story to tell. Safety's off. Shoot some tranquilizers at it. See if you can knock it out. At that moment, SCP-3470's hand appears in the driver's side window and blinks repeatedly at the squad. L3 fires repeatedly at the hand, emptying the rifle's magazine. One of the darts strikes SCP-3470's right eye. The entity emits the same peeling out sound as before, and then reverses out of the cave. Well then, let's get these samples back to base and come back to nab the bugger. L3. Hey, wait, I just realized something. I don't like the sound of that. SCP-3470 is supposed to be a turquoise, right? That one was black. Hellfire. Lambda 12 quickly exits the cave. SCP-3470 does not appear as they exit the area. However, L5 and L6 could not be found and not respond to any radio transmissions following egress of the rest of Lambda 12. So in any case, hypothetically, it's been fixed, this particular problem. Although, again, if you happen to see anyone or anything that resembles a Johnny Cab from the original Total Recall, keep off a road anywhere near it. Just don't.
Where am I? You're in a Johnny Cab.
If you remember those Johnny Cabs, that movie, I think that was trying to warn us about something in the future.
The fare is 18 credits, please.
Sue me.
We hope you enjoyed the ride.
Meanwhile, I have to say, this is some really advanced mutation in the species. Strictly speaking, in autonomous, well, vehicles such as this will be harder than ever to spot in day-to-day life, as many of our vehicles now drive themselves anyway.
See, the interesting thing is the self-driving is one thing, but I wouldn't mind a car that could self-heal. Oh, no, never mind. Maybe a car that can feel.
Okay.
Show me.
And you know, Elon Musk is working on you know, the autonomous semi-trucks, but there might be a little bit of scariness on those too. If I were to have an autonomous car, I'd like, you know, a really nice one, like Herbie the Love Bug. Oh. Well, maybe not. But at least, you know, the madness doesn't spread. Well, maybe I'll just drive my own cars.
I do think, however, that there should have been more missing police officers involved. After all, what better way to consume someone as an ambush predator than have them walk right up to you and then demand you open your mouth?
Too many cops might send the wrong message, like it's a, you know, cheesy 1980s zombie movie.
Send the cops.
Thank you very much for your input, Director. It was most appreciated. For all those who like a little bit of silliness, please check out Director Arketer Live. And he also plays as Arcturus in SideQuest on the Wicked Guild channel. So check him out. He puts his heart and soul, and sometimes he just works it all the way down to the bone.
Go on. Stir up my pelvis if you insist. I don't know what you think you're getting out of it.
Thanks for checking out, and hit like and subscribe if you liked it. Thank you.
Bet you won't touch that button. Check it out.